I just wanted to know the food habits, how we are supposed to maintain, how it will impact on weight gain, all those things, huh?
Okay. So, what I'd suggest is first you understand the basics, right? So, what
Okay.
I do with my clients and anybody that reaches me for advice is try to track down what you're eating throughout the day and
Mm-hmm.
do it for about 1 week. That way, you have
Okay.
an idea. You can look at your food habits and you can see a pattern there. Usually, people eat the same way. If you look at 1 week, you'll get to know all their food habits, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And after that, you can obviously see some things that are wrong. It doesn't require somebody that's a fitness expert to understand what you're eating wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, for
Okay.
example, you're eating a packet of chips a day. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
knows that's not good, but you need to
Correct.
find the right balance for yourself. I'm not saying cut out all sorts of junk food. If you do
Mm-hmm.
that, if you be really strict, maybe you'll find the perfect diet, yes. But you also need to
Okay.
enjoy the diet so that you can follow it for a lifetime. So find the right
Sure.
balance of eating the right quantity and also the right
Mm-hmm.
quality of food.
Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Ah, Hello, sir. Have one question. Uh, my weight is around 90. I want to reduce my weight, sir. Actually, I just started cardio exercise like running and jogging.
Okay.
So after doing that, what I'll see, I'll get tired, sir. I'll get exhausted in the evening. So can you
Hmm.
suggest me anything, sir?
Yes, definitely. So if cardio, of course, it's very important for you to lose weight because compared to all other exercises, cardio is what burns the most calories. So if you're burning calories, that means it allows you to eat more food and at the same time lose weight. That's why cardio is important. And then again, when you're doing cardio, you said you are running, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So running, it is pretty intense. It tends to get you tired, and what happens is it has an impact on your joint, especially when you carry more weight, right? Running, it starts giving you knee ache or something like that. Your body, it takes time to recover from something like running. So it's not something that you can do days on end for months together. You need to find something that's more sustainable. So just walking, that's a good place to start. Just do more time of it and do cardio that you can enjoy rather than something that feels like a punishment. And with your diet, that is also important because there's a famous saying in fitness that you can't outrun a bad diet, which is really true. You need to find the balance between having the basics of your diet right and also finding cardio that you can sustain and enjoy.
Sir, I have a question that we eat daily food today. Nowadays, lockdown is going on, so what we get, we'll eat the food.
Yes.
So, how can we, reduce eating or stop getting addicted to food? Because once the college starts, we cannot eat 24/7 like foodies.
Yeah, true.
So, I just want to
Okay.
know how to reduce the food eating.
Okay. So this all comes down to some basic planning, right? You understand how you're eating, your basic food habits, you know that, and then you learn the
Yes, sir, I
basics
know.
of how much. Yeah, you need to know what quantity of food to eat, and what kind of food to eat and what to avoid. And more importantly, you need to plan in advance. If you just keep binging throughout the day and eating whenever you feel hungry, you're more likely to eat more than you should be eating, and also eating foods that you should not really be eating. So plan out in advance what you're going to eat further in the day or maybe the next day even, and keep a structure. Like try to eat the same amount of meals every day. Try to eat around the same time every day. And another thing that might help is improve your water intake. Having more water, it can help curb hunger a little bit. And yeah, eat foods that are high in more fiber and water intake. That will definitely help.
Thank you, sir. I have one more question. Can I ask?
Yes, definitely.
Sir, how can we, separate we should eat or we should not eat? It's good for health or it's not good for health?
Yeah, that's a very common question that I get. So rather than thinking what foods are bad for you and what is good, that is just a very like tunnel visioned good versus bad way of seeing it. Rather than that, see what foods you enjoy eating and what are actually going to help you make progress. So instead of cutting out foods that you actually enjoy, first include foods that are actually good for you. For example, I talked about your water intake and fruits and vegetables. Out of the fruits and vegetables, what do you like to eat? So try to narrow down a few foods that you like to eat that are good for you and then include them. Excluding food, That'll automatically happen once you start including. So stop worrying about what's bad. Think about what's good and what you need to include first.
Sir, my question is, there is a lot of protein products such as, MB, Muscle Blaze, whey
Yeah.
protein, and faster precharge protein. Which protein is best, sir? And how many grams of protein we need to our body in a daily basis? Because one of my relative died due to cardiac arrest. He was eating hell out of non-veg. So how many grams of protein we require in a daily basis, sir?
Okay. So, okay. You talked about protein products, right? Whey protein and all of that. Those are supplements that will just make your diet more convenient. You need to look for protein in your main basic foods, right? If you're non-vegetarian, you can eat meat, eggs, and stuff like that. If you're vegetarian, you look into soy products like soya chunks or sprouts, dal, stuff like that. You find out all the basic sources of protein that you like to eat, include them in your diet. And supplements, of course, they can help. It is safe. It is just a derivative from milk. That's how whey protein is made. Which Talking about which brand I like, Muscle Blaze is good. There's another called Big Muscles that is good. Optimum Nutrition is good. There are many brands like that. You just go into the reputed brands and buy them from like trusted sources. You will be good to go. But supplements, don't think it's a make or break deal. Even if you don't have any supplements, it's completely fine. It's optional. It only makes your diet more convenient. And talking about how much quantity of protein you need about 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. I know that's going a lot into the technical part of it, but let's say you're about 150 pounds in weight. You can convert that into kilos later. It's pretty easy. So if you're 150 pounds, you need about 100 to 150 grams of protein. And that's pretty easy to calculate. You have some, like calorie counting apps and stuff like that. It's easy to do. And you also talked about your relative that passed away due to cardiac arrest. He was eating a lot of non-veg. I'll tell you what might have happened there. I'm no doctor, but this is pretty common. People who are heavy eaters of non-veg, they usually eat non-veg that is very deep fried and it contains a lot of cholesterol, that kind of stuff. You want to focus on the more lean sources of protein rather than eating, like heavy fat-filled mutton and stuff like that. Eat more lean sources of protein like lean fish and chicken breast, stuff like that. That's good for you.
I wanted to ask you that if we want to start up with the healthy lifestyle, what the regular exercise we should start up?
Okay, to start with, of course, learn the basic exercise techniques, basic compound movements, right? I'm assuming you don't have access to any gym at this point. So basic body weight movements like push-ups, squats, pull-ups, stuff like that. Some of these might be difficult to do. So, just watch some exercise tutorials and then learn the basic technique. Apart from that, you can also start doing some cardio. That is also good for you. And once you start learning the basics, you can slowly start progressing into the more difficult variations as you improve.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, are the chocolates are bad for health?
Okay, so chocolate is mainly made up of cocoa and also sugar, right? So the sugar part, that's what makes it sweet. If you eat just raw cocoa, it's very bitter. It's almost impossible to eat it just like that. So you see chocolates all on the market that's, like 50% dark chocolate, 80%. The more darker the chocolate is, the lesser calories it has. That's something that I've noticed. And of course, chocolate is not bad for you per se, but you need to be careful. All the commercial chocolates that you see out there in the market, it contains a lot of calories. So if you eat more energy than you should be eating, you'll put on weight, whether it's healthy or not. So chocolate per se, it's not unhealthy. It's good for you. Dark chocolate, in fact, it improves your heart health, but in limited quantities. Don't eat like an entire packet of chocolate in one day. A little bit every day, it's definitely fine.
Hi, sir. I have a question about non-veg. Because we are eating every weekend non-veg. So is this good for health or what, sir?
Yeah, if you want, you could even eat it every day. There's no problem in it. Like I answered earlier, right? When you're eating non-veg, you need to make sure it's not something that's in very high fat. It's not something that's very processed. And don't eat deep fried stuff. Try to go for the more lean cut meats. That is what's more healthy for you. And yeah, protein is needed. So don't. A lot of people have this misconception that just eating non-veg is not good for your heart. That's not true at all. It's completely healthy and fine. Just make sure you're eating the right quantity of it and not eating some processed, like deep fried stuff. You'll be good to go.
Sir, I'm asking this question out of curiosity. So I have seen a lot of people intaking steroids, sir. Is it needed to have a healthy diet or have a good body?
Of course not. See, I'm 100% natural and I'll never take steroids in my life. There are people who take it, and I'll tell you for whom it's right and for whom it's not. And honestly, for 99% of the population, they should never even think about it. The 1% who do take it, they are high level athletes. They're performing on the bodybuilding stage, and they're trying to break world records in lifting weights and stuff like that. But then again, there's a risk that comes with it. You need to understand there's a lot of health complications involved when you take steroids and stuff like that. It changes how your body works from the inside. Steroids are anything that is like alien compound to your body, something your body cannot produce naturally. So when your body it takes any sort of steroids, it sees it as a threat. So you never know how it's going to impact your body. So definitely it should never be done without proper like medical supervision, having consulted many doctors. And even if you do plan on taking it in the future, you should at least wait for 10-15 years of proper training before you even think about it. And definitely it's not needed to live a healthy life or to get in shape.
So people intake steroids just to get extra energy, right?
No, that's wrong. Energy, you get it through food. Steroids is something that is like external hormones, right? So for example, I have let's say some amount of testosterone in my body. That's what allows me to build muscle and just live a good quality life. When you inject more testosterone, which is a steroid, you take it from outside. You take extra quantities of it to the point where your body can never naturally produce that much. So it is like superhuman levels of testosterone. When that happens, temporarily, while you have that amount of testosterone in your body, you'll be able to build a lot more muscle, get a lot more stronger, improve your performance a lot more. So it's basically to build muscle and improve your strength, performance, that kind of stuff. Energy, no. Energy purely comes from food.
Sir, how to build testosterone level naturally, sir?
Okay. So testosterone, when you're younger, it obviously reaches its peak. It works well. And once you get into your 30s, it starts declining a little bit. That's when people have to start worrying about a little. But yeah, how to improve it naturally? First thing is get enough sleep. If you get about 8 hours of sleep every day, when you're sleeping, that's when your body produces these hormones and it recovers, right? So about 8 hours of sleep is important if you want to improve your testosterone naturally. Apart from that, just eat enough protein and have a basic, like proper diet. Eat enough fruits and vegetables, get enough water intake. And healthy fats is important when it comes to building testosterone. So a lot of people, they think fats are bad for them, they cut it out of their diet. But testosterone, the main cellular part of testosterone, it's made up of fats. So you need to include healthy fats in your diet, such as walnuts, avocado, and any other dairy products that you eat, it contains healthy fats. So definitely don't avoid that. Don't avoid egg yolks and all that stuff. That will help you build testosterone.
How can we build a lean muscle body without actually lifting any sort of weight? Is it possible, or is it a little difficult to do it?
Okay. So to build muscle, you need to stimulate that muscle to grow, right? So you need to understand muscle consumes a lot of energy to make. In your body, if you see, fat is easier to store. Fat itself is a source of energy. So the more fat you store in your body, the less food that you need, because you already have that energy in your body. Muscle, it's the opposite. So muscle requires energy to be sustained because it is active tissue that has life, that can be moved, that performs, it lifts weights, it does things. So to build muscle, you need to stimulate it. So how do you stimulate it? Through any sort of resistance training. If you don't want to lift weights, you could do some bodyweight training. You could use resistance bands, stuff like that. Even without going to the gym, of course, you can definitely build muscle, but you need some sort of resistance training. Without stimulating the muscle to grow, you cannot make it get bigger. You cannot get leaner.
Sir, when a person comes to you, how do you get to know he's fit or not?
Fitness is, it depends what level of fitness you want. it depends on your goal, right? So some person might want to be like a competitive athlete. That is a really high standard to get to. It takes many years to get to that level of fitness. And some people just want to be fit. They want to be healthy, fit in their clothes, just have a regular lifestyle, have a decent social life, stuff like that. That purely depends on your goal, I would say.
Proper protein that he has to take, and though he exercises and everything, and if he's not gaining weight, what might be the reason behind?
Yeah, okay. If you're eating the right quality of food, but you're not
Yes.
eating the right quantity, that is also important. Again, I told you, if you're eating more food than what energy you're burning, you will gain weight. And that's pretty much the answer for a lot of questions. Eating the right quantity of food, it determines whether you gain weight or lose weight. And how do you figure that out? It's pretty simple. So if you go to Google and type TDEE, total daily energy expenditure calculator, and feed in your height, weight, and your activity levels, basic stuff. It takes less than 2 minutes. Then you'll understand how much food you should be eating. So if you do that, you'll know whether you're overeating or undereating.
So there's another question. Hi sir, how to increase testosterone naturally?
Yeah, that's correct. And more importantly, getting enough sleep is also important, because that's when the hormones are synthesized in your body. And apart from that, if you want to particularly work on something, there's a supplement called ashwagandha. It is a root that is made into powder form, and it comes into tablets. It's like 100 rupees or something. It'll last you for 1 or 2 months. It's definitely value for money. It'll improve your immunity, that's one thing. And also indirectly, it helps boost your testosterone. So you can look into that if you're interested.
One more question, sir. How do we keep our heart healthy?
Okay, so for heart, of course, you need to do cardiovascular exercises, cardio. Just being more active in general, that's going to improve your heart. By going on a walk every day, maybe at least for 15-20 minutes, getting some fresh air and sunlight, that will help. And the more you make your heart beat, right, that is through cardio. That's definitely going to help. It doesn't necessarily have to be using an equipment or just walking. Even playing a sport or dancing or doing anything that you like, that will help you improve your cardiovascular conditioning. And apart from that, eating a generally healthy diet, that will be good for your heart. Fruits, vegetables, water intake, and all that basics. If you get that, yeah, your heart will be good to go.
So one last question. I just want to ask this on behalf of all the students and faculties. Since we are all stuck in a lockdown, and here, even though we know the importance of physical health, there is also issues with regards to mental health. So if you can throw some light on how both can be balanced, like in terms of physical health, how we can actually try to tackle our mental health. So that would give a good meaning for our students.
Sir, one more thing to add up. How can we maintain stress and anxiety?
Okay.
That is an important segment for mental health.
Yes, definitely. That's a very important question. So let me get to that. So talking about mental health, right? It's connected with physical health. You can't be like somebody that can't take care of their physical health and expect to be mentally healthy, or the other way around. Both are interconnected, and it's really important. So basically, by just starting to exercise, it raises a lot of positive hormones, endorphins, dopamines in your body, that automatically reduces your stress levels, that gives you more clarity of mind. It improves your focus, and throughout your day, you'll have like a stable level of energy. So that's pretty good. Anybody that's done any sort of exercise before, you might have noticed this. You wake up and you exercise, throughout the day you feel good then. On the other hand, a lot of people might have experienced this during lockdown. The gyms are closed, you can't go anywhere, you're just staying at home. You tend to get lethargic, and slowly it starts eating at your mind. So like they say, idle mind is devil's workshop. You always need to keep yourself occupied. Have a goal and then break it down into simple tasks that you want to do every day. That's the way that I approach it. So by starting to exercise, doing some sort of basic activity, right? Even if you're at home, just body weight exercises, walking a little bit, all of that will give you the benefits of exercise that you need. And eating healthy is also a part of it. So the food that you eat, it's fuel to your body. And think your body is a car, right? So if you try to put diesel into a petrol car, it won't actually run properly. So you need to give your body the right kind of fuel, the right quality of fuel that it needs. So by understanding the basics of your diet, getting that right, it all goes hand in hand. By exercising, eating healthy, getting enough sleep, those three things mainly will definitely improve your mental health as well.
While we are doing the cardio exercises, how one should be doing the breathing? Any tips on that?
So you don't need to worry about actually learning some breathing techniques while doing cardio or anything. Just breathe naturally, right? And in general, you want to breathe through your nose and not through the mouth. Because when you breathe through the mouth, what happens is your mouth tends to get dry, and then your throat gets dried. It becomes more difficult to, like breathe after that. You can't even swallow your spit when your throat gets dried. So try to breathe through your nose. That will help. And breathing actually becomes more important when it comes to weight training, when you're lifting weights. But cardio, you can just breathe naturally.
Okay, and while doing cardio exercises, how much or how the water intake should be taken?
Yes, so being hydrated is really important. If you try to do any sort of intense cardio when you're already feeling thirsty, you won't be able to perform at your best. So before you do cardio, I'd suggest that you have, like 2 glasses of water or so. And if you're going to do cardio that lasts for a long time, let's say more than 10 minutes, anything, or if it's intense, try to carry a water bottle around, or try to keep yourself hydrated throughout. And after you do the cardio, also getting water is important because you sweat out a lot of it.
Okay.
So, are there any exercises to lose the weight which is gained through thyroid?
Okay, this is something that I particularly experienced because even I have a thyroid issue. But honestly, your hormone doesn't affect how much fat you gain or anything. In the temporary run, it might. But once you start getting on the medications and your thyroid levels get to normal, then it's not even a factor that plays into it. So after that, again, the basics are the same for every single person. You do some basic cardio to burn some extra energy, and then eat foods that will help you keep full. Let's say you're eating foods that are having a lot of calories, but also don't get you full. That means you'll just be trying to eat more and more food, which will, at the end of the day, it'll put you at a calorie surplus, which means you're eating more energy than what you need. So eat
No,
more
sir,
fruits,
actually,
vegetables. Yeah.
so actually, my mom is suffering from hypothyroidism. She
Yeah.
doesn't eat a lot of food and all. Just she have 3 times a day. That's it. She maintains
Okay.
her diet. Still, she is
Okay.
gaining her weight,
So
which is
see, as
affecting
long
on
as
her lower back.
understood. So as long as the hormones are in check, right? So if you go to your doctor, you get your TSH levels checked, and it's proper, then thyroid hormone doesn't even come into play. It doesn't matter because it's normal now and it doesn't affect your fat gain in any way at all. And even though you think you're maintaining your diet, you're eating the right quantity, if you're gaining weight, the fact is that you're eating more energies than what you need. In that case, again, check your diet, write down what you're eating, and then maybe try to make some changes in it. And if you do that, you'll definitely lose weight because it's impossible to be
Suggest some
gaining weight.
exercises.
Exercises, start with some basic cardio, right? Walking should be good. And since you said she's having lower back pain, any sort of strenuous exercise you shouldn't get into it. Start with walking and fix your diet a little bit, and she'll start losing weight from that. After that, you can get into some resistance training to strengthen the lower back and core, stuff like that. If you have any sort of questions further and you want help with your journey, definitely reach out to me. I'm glad that a lot of people came out and asked all these questions today. It's really great that you're taking an initiative to improve your fitness and your health. And it's really good that more and more people are starting to understand that. So you can see my email on the screen. You can note that down. You can send me a question anytime. I'll be there to answer it. And if you need, a training plan, you need help with your diet and anything like that, I also offer coaching services. You can contact me about that. And you can reach out to me on my social media platforms as well. My Instagram, you can text me there. And also you can follow my YouTube channel where you'll get all sorts of free content that will, hopefully answer some of your questions and help you with your fitness journey.